Hello everybody and welcome back to Harvest Moon Save the Homeland. I went ahead off screen and I skipped a day. I just went around and I did a few things off screen, so I have a little bit to talk about. I went and sold a little bit of what I had foraged and I managed to pick up some tomatoes. So I've got 3 squares of tomatoes growing, and then I have my starter potatoes over here growing. So what I usually do, and what I have done in the past, is I pretty much fill a couple of plots full of corn and tomatoes because they replenish. The only downfall is that while you have a very good amount of space, there isn't a good water can upgrade, so you're forced to water every single square by hand. And the only time that you get any sort of grace period is when it rains. So you won't see me planting as many crops as I normally do. And in this game, what's also very unique is that when an animal is born, a chicken hatches, for example, it won't tell you. You have to go and check the barn or the coop. So this egg took about 2 or 3 days to incubate. So now I have a little chick. So I'm gonna bring this little guy outside and I'm going to let her, I guess, not little guy, I'm gonna let her run around because it'll feed itself when it's outside. But that means I'm gonna have to go and get a little bit of bird seed for it. So the ranch should be open today, and that's where we need to head. I'll be very disappointed if it's not open because there's a couple things about the ranch that I want to kind of discuss. Alright, wonderful. Finally I can come in here and see what they have for sale. So at Brownie Ranch, you can buy fodder, you can buy chicken feed, miracle potion for your cows, animal medicine if your animals get sick, and you can also buy a cow for 2,500 gold and a chicken for 500. So you save yourself $450 by just buying the $50 egg from the supermarket. And unfortunately here all you can sell is your livestock. So there's not a whole lot that you can really do at the store in terms of buying and selling. And unfortunately, I don't have any money because I just went and spent it all on crops. But because I only have 1 chicken, I'm just gonna buy 1 little bag of emergency feed just in case it rains while I work on getting my money back up. Now, if you speak to Bob, you'll be able to do some part-time work for him. And we're gonna go over this a little bit. I'll explain. I'll save him the explanation. So what Bob is gonna do is he's going to lend you his tools. He's going to give you a brush and a milker. And he's going to pay you to go around and take care of his animals. So what you want to do first is you want to go around and you want to brush and talk to all of the animals. Now you can see all the animals out in the pasture. Brownie Ranch has a lot of horses and not a lot of cows. You can see they've got 1 cow for their 6 or 7 horses. But anyways, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to brush all of the animals. You can also milk the cow, which I'll do before I go. And then after you've done that and the animals are happy, then what you're going to want to do is go into the barn. And you need to put out food for all of the animals. And this is a good little task to kind of show you what the animal care in this game is all about. Because this barn layout is very similar to your own. Your barn is a lot smaller, but it's the same sort of thing. You've got the feed boxes, you can put the fodder, into the feed boxes to feed all of the animals. So it's a good little practice run before you decide to buy a cow or before you get a horse of your own. And by doing this part-time work, Bob is going to pay us for it. He'll pay us money, so it also allows you to get a little bit of money as well. And it should only take you a few hours. It's not a terribly difficult task to do. And I think once we're all finished, we can attempt to leave and we can then speak to Bob about finishing up with the chores. So tell him you're done once you've done a good job. And depending on the good job that you've done, he will pay you a different amount of money. $270 for a few hours of work is a significant amount of money at this point. And if you chose to milk the cow, he'll also let you keep the milk. So that is a huge bonus. If you're looking to get a little bit of a head start in the game so that you can afford to buy seeds and crops and whatnot, then I definitely recommend doing that. So with my newfound cash, I'm gonna buy a couple more bags of bird seed just in case, because you need to give your bird seed when it rains. I'll give Gina a present while she's here as well. Just gonna give her some flowers. And assuming that Lila's is open, I'm also gonna go and pick up some more seeds. I don't want to go too crazy overboard, but I would like to start growing a lot of stuff. So we'll go with the tomatoes for now. I'll go back and plant those, and that should give me a healthy amount of tomatoes that I can harvest. So I guess I'll go back to my farm and I'll do that right away. Just sort of get that over and done with. What else is there to talk about? I guess I should mention that I'm going to be going for very specific event paths to begin with, because there are 9 event paths in total, and all of them require you befriending different people. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the easiest event paths first, the ones that I personally think are very easy, and some of the ones that I've done before. And so that way, by the time I finish that, I'll have a somewhat established farm for the New Game Plus, and then I can work on the other endings. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus primarily on befriending Lewis, Lila, and Basil. Those are the 3 people that I think I'm going to work on, and I do believe that I need a little bit of Kurt's friendship as well in order to do one of the storylines. Alright, so that's all over and done with. I'm just gonna go take a quick look in my house. And I'm gonna take a quick peek at the weather. It's looking like it's gonna be sunny tomorrow, which is good because I can leave my chicken outside. And what's sort of nice about this game as opposed to some of the other games is that if you leave your animals outside and there's a sunny day the next day, you don't have to worry about any sort of consequences. For example, there's no wild dogs, so you don't have to worry about your animals getting eaten or hurt or anything like that. So that's a really big bonus, and additionally, you can still milk your cows and get eggs from your chickens. There are some games where if you don't put your chickens in the hen house, even if it's going to be a good day, they won't lay eggs. They'll only lay eggs inside of the coop, and that's not the case with this game. So those are a couple of more points about raising animals. I'm going to meet our final villager, the only person we haven't met yet. This blonde lady here. Are you the strange guy who moved into that farm? Well, whatever. Good luck. This is Gwen. She is Woody's granddaughter, and she likes very berries. This is a really good gift to give her. She really likes them, and again, they are completely free. And you can also give her animal products. She also likes milk and eggs and all of those types of things. Hello, I was just practicing my flute. Sometimes birds come when I play my flute. I wonder if they like the sound of flutes too. Maybe they just feel safe around you because you're so spaced out. Oh, hey, it's Gwen. Anyway, there's something I want to talk to you about. Could you come over here for a second? Of course. Oh, Nick, by the way. Please take this. It's just something I've had at my shop for a while. But maybe we could play together. If you'd like. And we get our very own flute. And I'll show you guys how to play it and a little bit about what it does later. He's just explaining how to use it. Very simple to use. Alright, thank you, Lewis. I'm very surprised that that event triggered because I don't think I've given a single gift to Lewis. And that's actually the first event towards Lewis's event path, which is also one of the easiest ones to do in the game, so that's actually very good news. It means that we're off to a good start. And the flute is used to train your dog as well, so it also serves a bit of a purpose for us. So after 6 o'clock, the menu at the cafe becomes available. So at this point, you can buy stuff off of the menu that they're serving. Some of it's very expensive, and I do believe that some of it will help you with your stamina and fatigue. And you can also look at the things you can sell. Again, a lot of foraged items and some fish as well as some crops. So a little bit of everything here, but you do have to wait until after 6 p.m. to be able to sell anything here. Alright, I guess I'll do a little bit of last minute foraging and then cut the video off and end things off here for the time being. As for event paths, what I'll probably end up doing is I will probably make a video for each event path with all of the events. And in those videos, I'll explain all of the trigger times and who you need to befriend. Because I don't remember off the top of my head, to be completely honest, and I think it's a little bit less chaotic that way, just in case I was to give you guys any sort of false information about trigger times or who and the what. But all we need to do now is just befriend more people and wait for more events, essentially. Because friendships are absolutely huge in this game. It's probably the biggest aspect of the game. It's sort of funny because making friends and saving the valley is your first priority and having a farm is your second priority. So it's sort of backwards in a lot of aspects, but that's alright. I'm going to rest up, get a little bit of sleep, save, and when we come back, we will continue on in Harvest Moon Save the Homeland. So thank you for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time.